How do you write a PCP that meets CFIA requirements? Writing a preventive control plan. For a lot of food manufacturers, this is the thing that sits on the to-do list for way too long. Not because you do not care, but because it feels big. You know CFIA expects it. You know your license depends on it. But when you sit down to start, you're not sure what goes in, how to structure it, or what level of detail CFIA actually wants. I'm Felicia Liu. I'm a food safety consultant specializing in Canadian regulatory compliance, and I write PCPs with food manufacturers regularly. So let me walk you through the framework. The first thing to understand is what CFIA is actually looking for. They want to see that you have identified the hazards in your operation, and that you have controls in place to manage them. They want to see that those controls are being monitored, and that you have a plan for when things go wrong. And they want to see that you can trace your products and execute a recall if needed. That is the big picture. Now let me get into the pieces. Start with your business description and your product descriptions. CFIA wants to know what you make, what goes into it, how it is processed, how it is packaged, how it is stored, how it is distributed, and who the intended consumer is. This is more detailed than people think. Do not skip this. It sets the foundation for everything that follows. Next, your process flow diagrams. You need a flow diagram for each product or product group that shows every step from receiving through to shipping. Walk the floor and verify it. If the flow diagram does not match reality, your PCP is already disconnected. Then comes the hazard analysis. This is the core of your PCP. At every step in your process, you identify biological, chemical, and physical hazards. You evaluate which ones are significant based on likelihood and severity, and you determine what controls are needed for each significant hazard. Your justifications need to be specific and evidence-based, not generic, not copied from a template, specific to your products and your operation. For your significant hazards, you determine your critical control points. Each CCP needs a measurable critical limit, a monitoring procedure that says who is checking, how often, and with what method, corrective actions that are specific and predefined, and verification activities. And here's where the PCP goes beyond a standard hazard plan. CFIA also wants to see your prerequisite programs documented: sanitation, pest control, allergen management, water safety, employee hygiene, equipment maintenance, chemical control, supplier approval. These are the programs that support your CCPs and manage hazards that are not addressed at specific process steps. Each one needs a procedure and record showing it is being followed. Your traceability system is another required element. You need to demonstrate one-up, one-down traceability. That means knowing where your ingredients came from and who you sold your finished product to. Lot codes, supplier records, customer shipping records. And you need to be able to pull that information within 24 hours. CFIA tests this. And if you cannot deliver, that is a significant finding. Your recall procedure also needs to be in your PCP. Document your recall team, your notification process, how you identify and segregate affected product, and how you communicate with CFIA and your customers. And test it. Conduct a mock recall at least once a year. Document the results and any gaps you found. Now here is something practical. If you already have a HACCP plan, or you're building one for a buyer or a certification like SQF, you do not need to build a separate PCP from scratch. You can integrate them. Build one food safety management system that satisfies both HACCP principles and CFIA's PCP requirements. The hazard analysis is the same core work. The monitoring, corrective actions, and verification overlap heavily. Your prerequisite programs serve both purposes. The key is making sure you include the CFIA-specific elements that a standalone HACCP plan might not address, like the traceability and recall components, the specific prerequisite program documentation, and the product and process descriptions in the format CFIA expects. I help manufacturers do this all the time. One system, not two. It is more efficient to build, easier to maintain, and your team does not have to toggle between two different sets of documents. One more thing. Your PCP is not a one-time document. CFIA expects it to be maintained. When your products change, your process changes, your suppliers change, or the regulations change, your PCP needs to be updated. Build a review schedule into your system, at minimum, once a year, but any significant change should trigger a review right away. If you want help writing your PCP or combining your HACCP and CFIA requirements into one integrated system, book a complimentary strategy call. We can look at what you have, what you need, and build a plan to get it done. Link is in the video description. Subscribe and keep building. More PCP and CFIA content are coming your way.